After 1, 3.
It was your Formula One talk.
2, 1. Oh my god, you're such a stupid bitch.
You fucked up the clap sync is fucked.
It's all right, we can do it again. Second clap sync.
tilted.
3,
You can't-
2. By the way, guys, I just thought I should mention.
You can't do that to me. You can't distract me. After 1, 3, 2, 1.
Cuck.
Hello and welcome to the Diarrhea Podcast. As always, we're going to start with our common favorite regular topic, diarrhea. Jackson, ever the philosopher, greatest modern mind of our time, a man descended from Socrates and Plato and all of them, said, why can't you sue restaurants for giving you food poisoning and diarrhea? And I want to open the floor to the listeners at home to shout at the podcast. We can't hear you, but we can pretend that we can. Let's dive into that, shall we, Jackson? Present your argument.
I don't have an argument. It was a question. I said why. I said, why can't we sue them? It wasn't me making an argument.
Well, I think it would be so
Well, where
hard
do
to
you
prove.
stand?
It'd be like impossible to prove, wouldn't it? Oh, this restaurant in particular
Yes.
gave me diarrhea. Like, how do you know? You know?
I feel like if you were to sue someone for food poisoning, you would need to keep the shit basically and then have it examined forensically maybe to show where the food came from.
There's bits of P.F. Chang's in here. It has to be the culprit.
Yeah.
But then what
Yes.
if you took the shit and you put bits of P.F. Chang's in it, like little P.F. Chang's DNA?
No, they have to be digested.
Yeah, see, it's definitely very hard to prove.
Yeah.
But I mean, we all know as soon as we each get food poisoning, we all have like a 90% idea of where that food poisoning came from, right? Like every single time I've had any level of food poisoning and diarrhea, I'm always like, oh yeah, it was definitely that dodgy joint that I ate from 2 days ago or whatever. You know, like
yeah, but
I'm
how
able
do you
to
know it was the
pinpoint
dodgy joints and not like your DoorDash delivery driver dipping his balls in your food?
Well, now I don't. Thanks for that.
Keep that in mind when tipping.
Oh no, but yeah, I mean, probably because I barely ever eat at those dodgy joints, and then as soon as I do, I get sick. It's pretty obvious,
I think
right?
even good joints gets like once in a while you'll hear about even a nice restaurants get in the news because like 10 different people will get food poisoning and die, and then the authorities can't ignore it anymore because their kitchen will have some sort of like foodborne disease breaking out. Outside of that, I don't think an individual case, nor should you be able to. That would be so annoying. Every time some schmuck gets diarrhea, he goes around suing places. You guys gave me the shits. Fuck you.
You should be able to do that to any business. Bank of America, you gave me diarrhea. I'm suing you. I'm done with
But
this.
their food or their food preparation or their unhygienic kitchen is directly causing you physical harm.
Well,
right?
Bank of America doesn't have the best food prep. You're right on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do prefer places where you can see the kitchen though.
Same. I
agree
much
on
prefer
that.
I don't like when it's going on behind closed doors. What are you doing with my food back there? I've become very distrustful. I've become very distrustful about people with my food.
Yeah, I mean, rightfully so. You know, not everyone is bad, but all it takes is one guy with a snotty nose to dislike the look at you, and all of a sudden you're eating boogers.
Okay, here's my argument. Why is it that this isn't a suable offense? Like, you can't sue someone for giving you food poisoning, but like if a McDonald's employee accidentally makes the coffee too hot, then that's a suable offense.
Because there was a policy. The coffee being too hot was a policy thing, I think. That's why that lady won. If you're talking about the one that had it spilled on our lap.
Yeah, that entire story is mired with like murky details that McDonald's was trying to keep out of the publicity of the media. But basically they had a safe temperature to put the coffee at. It was like this range of coffee, you know, this degree to this degree. But they didn't put the limiter on the machine, and they served her coffee that was at like scalding, actual dangerous temperatures for liquid.
I thought it was a matter of like it being the normal intended temperature. They just kept it that hot so the coffee would be warm longer.
Yeah.
For people on the go. So was it actually like a maladjusted machine?
Well, no, it was. I don't remember the details of that part, but all I know is let's say the manual says, "Oh, serve hot coffee at 100 and 20, 30 degrees, right? They served her coffee at like 200 degrees, like way hotter than it should be. And when it burned her, her fucking labia got fused to her leg because it melted her skin. It was that hot. Like, she got severe medical damage from it. And a lot of people at the time made fun of her. They were like, oh, just try not to spill it. Oh, just blow on your coffee. Oh, what an idiot. She put hot coffee in her lap. But that was actually...
It came at the height of like everybody making fun of America's frivolous lawsuits. Like,
yeah,
here's
that was
another
part of the
one.
problem
The coffee was too hot, and they always made fun of this lady. That's how I heard about it initially.
That was part of the problem as well, the culture at the time. But the main reason was McDonald's lobbied against her and put out smear campaigns against her to make her look stupid because they didn't want her to sue and didn't want her to have a really good case against them.
Wouldn't it just be cheaper to just pay her off than running a multifaceted ad campaign targeting her?
No, not at all. I mean, if you just hire one lawyer to just start putting out bad stories, that costs his fee. Yeah. Whereas if she wins a settlement, that's millions and millions of dollars, you know?
All you need is like one troll company to just fuck with their public image. There was another one I heard of just last week. Here it is. According to, what is this? UK website, The Mirror. Excruciating moment, Starbucks customer left with, quote, disfigured penis by scalding tea. So this keeps happening, apparently, where they just hand customers liquids that are way too hot and spill them on their genitals.
Well, okay, that guy shouldn't have dunked his penis in the tea. Like, that's his fault, you know?
How are you meant to stir it? They don't give you spoons anymore.
Exactly. They don't give you... I'm driving. They don't give you spoons. Like, what am I supposed to do? Come on.
Oh, my Lord.
I hate that.
He was a delivery driver and he won £38 million.
Yeah, I think that's a little more expensive than a single lawyer running a smear campaign, you know?
That's impressive. Yeah. That's generational wealth kind of money.
Yeah. His penis must be monstrously deformed for them to take this much fucking pity on him. Holy shit.
Do you think like in his new generational wealth mansion, like his mansion estate, there's like a giant statue of his disfigured penis in the lobby?
Well, can you even have generational wealth?
Yeah.
I mean, by definition, it can't be generational if you can't have children anymore because your penis is all burnt off, right?
He could adopt.
Well, maybe he's already got children.
Or he could already have children. Or he could adopt children. Or he could just look at his friend and go, you're my next generation, and pay him money.
Just have like a syringe into whatever ball is left in his body and just extract the cum.
That might work, actually. You might just be able to suck it out and put it in a woman. Yeah.
The boiling hot venti-sized Starbucks tea fell onto his crotch moments after he bought it. His lawyers argued successfully that the injuries were permanent and life-changing. Yeah, I'll say.
Mm-hmm.
So wait, they don't even need to have any hand in it, like leaking or it's being spilled or anything. They just have to give you the hot coffee.
It says when he was given a tea which was not properly wedged into a tray and it fell onto his lap.
So
I mean, I can believe that.
What you're saying is, I can go to Starbucks and spill, in quotes, spill a hot tea on my penis and be set for life.
Well, that's what I was thinking. Like, if they don't have to like actually cause the spill, and you can just accept hot things and drop it on you, and then claim or genuinely burn yourself for £37 million, which a lot of people would do, then that seems like a bit of an oversight. But if they gave you like faulty packaging, that caused the spill, then yeah, that makes sense.
There's people at home that do this for free. They're missing out.
That's true.
Yeah, but not to the level where they fuse their labia. Yeah. I don't think that's...
Or like disfigure their penis.
Like warm candle wax, but like you don't want to feel like the Terminator getting dipped into fucking lava.
It's like a scene from a Tom and Jerry cartoon when they have a vat of acid and they put in a spoon and the spoon just comes out as the handle and the rest is gone. Yeah. That's what happened to his penis.
With a big vat with a skull and bones on it.
Yeah, that was on the tea. A big skull and crossbones. Little green lines just sifting out of it and bubbling, fizzing. Yeah.
I'd probably be burned alive just from like lukewarm stuff. I suck with hot things. Like my girlfriend makes fun of me because like my idea of a warm shower is like leaning towards cold for some reason. I cannot deal with heat at all.
That's a woman thing, though. My wife is the same. My God, if you get in a shower with a woman, it's like scalding hot. It's like, how do you put up with this?
Wait, what do you mean?
No, I'm the same. They run the shower way too hot. Like, if I get in the shower with her or after her, I have to turn it down a bit. It's way too hot.
Okay, I got you. I thought you were calling me a woman for not liking cold
that too,
things.
yes.
I mean, not liking warm things. I just immediately assume you're insulting me in terms of gender roles whenever we talk. Anyway.
Well, what do you mean? Me? A woman? So no,
yeah.
Okay, so what's your monetary value, the two of you? How much for you to singe your penis off with a sugary drink for McDonald's and or Starbucks?
How much does a coffee cost?
Huh?
How much does a coffee cost? I'll do it for
just
one free
reimburse
coffee.
me for the coffee, damn it. And that's all I want. Well, that's funny enough with the McDonald's coffee lady. When she initially was suing McDonald's, it was just for her medical bills. She didn't even want a settlement at first.
Yeah, that's so fair.
Yeah, you guys should read that whole story. I read it. It was a couple years ago, but it's really shocking how bad they made her look when she really just had an accident and wanted compensation. That was it. It was fucking terrible.
I wouldn't fucking mutilate myself for anything under like $500 million.
Wow. Your penis is not that expensive, Jackson. Come on.
No, but my quality of life is. I'm thinking about that.
Yeah.
Fair.
Not just my
what
penis.
I'm thinking too.
If we can do arbitrary numbers, I would do $14 quintillion, probably.
No, it has to be realistic.
Okay, what's the total amount of money on Earth?
I don't know.
A few trillion.
Well, you would have to calculate it by the total amounts that McDonald's is worth.
Okay, so
I don't know how much that is.
According to data estimates that I'm pulling up here, the global wealth is estimated to be about $454 trillion. So my settlement number...
How much of that is McDonald's though? Because that's who you're getting the money from.
Hang on. If I'm damaged like that, the world owes me, the entire planet. So my settlement is going to be $455 trillion because I want them to work a little bit to be able to pay me back. They can't just give me what they have. They have to earn paying me back. So that's my answer.
I'll pass. All that has to happen is one single taxpayer has to say, "No, I don't want to do that."
That sucks, man, because you guys signed a contract. I got the insurance.
No, Andrew's making a mistake because all of that money is like virtual. It doesn't even exist.
True.
You know? That's like when they say that Elon is the world's richest man, but it's all like stock options. I don't want stock options. I want just the amount of money that can actually be paid to me in cash that exists.
Like liquid
assets. That's a lot of coins,
gold.
though. That's a lot of coins. That's the issue. Like, I don't have enough room for that.
But I'll use some of the coins to fucking build a safe out of.
Pi wants to swim in it like Scrooge McDuck.
Yeah, I was going to say, you are literally just like Scrooge McDuck. Yeah. If you have all the money in the world, the money is then devalued and no one wants it anymore. You've just made your own currency, basically.
Well, exactly. That's why I don't want all the money in the world. I just want a reasonable amount that can be housed in a reasonable bank account. And then invested in stuff, I guess. I don't know. But I do know for a fact that if you ask the government for like $500 trillion, they're just gonna like mint a $500 trillion coin and give it to you and be like, yeah, sure, that's what it's worth. It's basically monopoly money that they're giving you.
There's some kid listening to this episode and you're blowing his mind because he's sitting there realizing, oh my God, money has no value. Yeah. We just pretend it does.
It's a social construct, man.
Wow, I can't believe it. I never realized that. Dude!
I mean, what's even crazier, you could just go to a store and then barter with them because the value of their items is also made up. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I've heard it's company policy at Walmart that if you don't want to pay the price for something, you can just say, I'll give you this for it. They have to agree. Yeah.
Yeah, I want this Barbie house for my daughter, but like, can I just plumb your toilet for it?
Yeah.
I'll work for it.
I'll wash dishes in the fucking rotisserie chicken kitchen.
I wouldn't mind that. Fuck the fucking.
Then you give everyone their
taxes on that.
Well, yeah, no, but do you guys haggle at all whenever you go to like not a hardware, like a white goods store, you know, to get like a new fridge or anything, any big expense like that? upgrading a fridge or things like that.
I do the smart modern human thing with haggling. So I'll give you a relative example, like car dealerships, where the price that they advertise, you can always get it for lower. I do extensive Googling on what I want. And I see, that's like the lowest you can get it for. And I go up and I go, hi, I want it for this, and here's my proof. If you don't sell it for me, I'm just going to buy it somewhere else. And it works almost pretty much every time because they're fucked. What are they going to do?
Well, yeah, the research. That's just price matching.
Yeah, it's price matching. You did the research. No. Hey, I can get it here. Sell it to me for that. And they're like, I don't know if we can. Okay, bye. Go to the next dealership. The end.
But I go one step even further though. Like I'll try to get the price down a little bit more beyond just that as well.
Damn, Jackson, you're cold.
For actual like big purchases. Well, the trick is you got to group things together as well. You got to go like, yeah, I'll shop here, but I want the fridge and the washing machine.
Yeah,
and I want it for a couple $100 off.
That's another good tactic. When I bought my current car, God knows how many years ago,
you bought 3 extras.
I bought 3 extra fridges and put them in the back. No, they were like doing all their fucking salesman bullshit, and I was like, I know what this is worth. Here's the price. Here's the thing. This and that and that. Whatever. And the reason I took it from them is they were also like, okay, we'll give you a free maintenance package. So for the next year, if you have any maintenance, it's free.
I hate those upsells.
Well, no, it was free.
That's why you call ahead of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's free until they say, by the way, that credit card that we took from you at the very beginning, that extends your trial, paid now.
Yeah, that can happen.
Shit.
It thankfully didn't happen to me. Like, I genuinely did get a free year of maintenance, and there were no problems with it at all. But it definitely can happen. Something that did happen, same story, is they signed me up for SiriusXM. You remember that shit?
Yeah, us too.
FM?
Yeah, I do know that. I was actually fucking furious.
Possible fucking thing to cancel on the planet. It's the most infuriating goddamn thing. I never used it once. They hounded the shit out of me.
The radio station.
Yeah, the radio station, the digital radio station. They will call you, they will email you, they will send you letters in the mail. They will do everything. And I never used it once, and I didn't want it. And I even was like, can I just not have it? And they were like, oh, we have to. Fuck you.
Are they super successful?
Mm-mm.
They used to be, not anymore. SiriusXM's the one that has Howard Stern, but Howard Stern is now like just a mentally ill geriatric.
Yeah.
So SiriusXM is in kind of it's not doing too hot.
So Sirius used to be, before streaming music was big, it used to be pretty fucking popular. It was like, oh my God, I can have radio, but without commercials? That's amazing. It was a very product of its time. And this was back when, like, if you wanted streaming music, you had like Pandora and Last FM and like these really shitty browsers and really basic apps that barely worked and only would cycle like the same 20 songs. Like really, really before Spotify and modern iTunes streaming and all that kind of shit. But these days, I read about Sirius not that long ago. Apparently, they just use like pre-recorded DJs when cycling between music, and they just do what all the old streamers do now. They just play the same fucking 30 songs on a loop on all their channels. Like if you go to the punk rock channel, they play the same 20 punk rock songs on a loop over and over and over again. It's like a waste of money.
Did they also slap SiriusXM stickers on your car, on the windows?
I don't think they did stickers for it, but they definitely like hounded the fuck out of me through my info. Like I got phone calls from them all the time, letters in the mail all the time, all that shit for literal years.
How do you not know if they put stickers on your car? Did you never see your car again after you bought it?
No, I don't know. I was very angry about it too. And I even called the car dealership and I told them I want it debadged and I want any piece of advertising up, because you know how car dealerships will slap their own custom license plate on it and like stickers and shit, like bought like here. Yeah, I told them like remove all that shit before I show up there to pick it up. But no, they still left the fucking SiriusXM thing on it. And I started getting letters from SiriusXM, and I was actually genuinely fucking angry. And I had to make sure that, like, they didn't fucking sign us up, did they? This is just spam, right? Yeah. And I was still angry. And SiriusXM, by the way, the reason it was so big, Jackson, is because it's radio. Like, back in the day, you didn't have any other option. If you're a fucking trucker, you get in your truck, you press the button that makes the sounds come out of it. It's just SiriusXM and fucking nothing else. It's radio. Yeah, it's everywhere in the country.
I was pretty sure SiriusXM was, like, fairly... Yeah, it was only founded in 2008.
It was still a time when cars were very rare to have like aux ports or USB inputs or any of that. That was not common at all back then. You had the radio and CD player. That was kind of it, you know?
Yeah, maybe, but that would have changed very quickly after that point. Like 2008 is...
It did.
For that company to be founded is like very late.
Much to the chagrin, I should invite Carl on. He could give you a very granular history of like radio and SiriusXM, but I do know that Howard Stern is very, very against podcasts in general. Like he doesn't consider it a real form of content of radio at all.
His show is a fucking podcast on the radio. It's the exact same thing.
With diminishing views, and that he is extremely bitter about it, is what I was gonna say. Is yeah, he knows, and he's extremely angry that like random podcasters on Apple iTunes and Spotify and shit get like 2,000% the views that he's getting and blowing him the fuck out.
Yeah.
To the point that I think in recent times he said to relent and like kind of sort of admits that fine, podcasting is real. But again, he's like 90 years old and fucking mentally ill now, so...
He could have just pivoted.
I don't know what the hell that network has.
Just should have fucking pivoted. Just started... Put it on YouTube, put it on Spotify, pivot. You know, you can still do SiriusXM, but record it, put it there. That's all he had to do. And it would have saved a good chunk of his audience, you know? People... I mean, he's still a name. I know
he still makes millions.
I know plenty of boomers and old people who are still like, oh, Howard Stern's the best. Oh, he was so funny. He's so good. Every now and then, blah, 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 blah. If he just pivoted, he'd still 100% be a decent name in the podcasting and radio space.
It doesn't matter. He's already made his money. Like, I feel like he's, like 80 now, probably? He's fine. Done his business.
Well, he's still on the air. I mean, he clearly doesn't want to retire. You might as well actually, I don't know, go on fucking the internet.
Yeah.
It's scary on there.
Anyway, fuck Sirius for making car dealers spam us with their garbage. Fuck you, I don't want you.
We would never, ever spam you with garbage. And now a word from our sponsors.
Growing your money is so important now more than ever. Your income and your money is your most valuable asset, but only if you make it work for you. This episode is sponsored by Acorns, and it's one of the best tools available designed to give your money a chance to grow, which is what you want it to do. You want to water it and make sure that it grows into a beautiful money flower. You've probably heard me talk about Acorns before, but it's basically a financial wellness app that helps you take control of your money with simple tools that make it easy to start saving and investing for your future. You don't need to be an expert either. Acorns will recommend a diversified portfolio that matches you and your money goals. And you also, most importantly, don't need to be rich to get started as well. Acorns lets you get started with the spare money you've got right now, even if all you've got is spare change. You probably heard this before, but instead of just buying like a $5 coffee each day or whatever, just chuck that into, your Acorns portfolio and watch that money grow instead. That's what my mother-in-law has been doing with her Acorns app, and she was able to afford a holiday most recently just based off the money generated from that, which is pretty cool. So ready to take control of your money? Sign up now and join the over 14 million all-time customers who have already saved and invested over $25 billion with Acorns. That's a lot of acorns. Head to acorns.com/official or download the Acorns app to get started. Link in the description below.
Paid non-client endorsement. Compensation provides incentive to positively promote Acorns. Tier 1 compensation provided. Investing involves risk. Acorns Advisors LLC and SEC registered investment advisor. View important disclosures at acorns.com/official.
Thank you very much to Acorns for supporting the show, and thank you if you give them thank you from myself and from your wallet and your financial security in the future. A big sincere thank you if you check out Acorns. And now over to Kaya.
The internet is full of creeps and strangers, and turns out going online without a VPN is sort of like banging all of them without a condom. You wouldn't do that, right? It's like raw dog a billion people. I wouldn't, which is why I use ExpressVPN. I like to have a nice rubber barrier between myself and all of the digital STDs you can catch nowadays. Whenever you're at an airport, a friend's house, a restaurant, cafe, whatever, and you connect to their Wi-Fi, it's not always secured. Anybody, doesn't even take a lot of technical know-how to snoop on your connection if you're sharing a Wi-Fi. Instead of that, just use ExpressVPN. Works on any device. Download it on your phone. Log in. Green button. Boom. Connected. Done. And nowadays, they even offer you a dedicated IP, which I've been using a lot. And guess what? When you have a dedicated IP, as opposed to using a shared IP address on a random server, you see way less CAPTCHAs. And financial institutions and such are also way less likely to ding your account for fraud warnings or anything like that. So super handy, easy to use, very secure. You can have it on any device. I have it on my router even. Like all of my gamer lights, even they are connected through a VPN. I use the VPN 24/7. I never connect to the internet without it. As you guys know, my wife has been making me watch a lot of isekai anime, always through a VPN, never without. And you can now use ExpressVPN too to be secure, just like me. Put on your condom at expressvpn.com/official. That's expressvpn.com/official. And you get 4 months, up to 4 months extra for free. That's up from 3 months, by the way. You got an extra month now on us. So expressvpn.com/official.
Those were great sponsors. Kaya, related. Something similar to that SiriusXM shit. Another thing that I really fucking hate. So I took my car to a mechanic. They're you know, there's all that shit with mechanics. They're one that I trust, that I know that they're good. And then a few days later, I go on a road trip. I'm driving like 2 hours to Orlando. And as I'm driving, I look in the top left corner of my windshield. Just never noticed it before. They put a giant fucking service sticker on the inside of my windshield. And it's like, who the fuck is this for? To remind me that I took it to the mechanic? What the fuck is the point of this thing? And now that I'm driving and I see it, it's distracting as shit. And it's like, do I have to, while driving, rip this fucking thing off so it's not blocking part of my eye line?
And then you crash again and need to take it into the
and then you have to, it's a vicious cycle, I guess. I hate that shit,
stuck
though.
In this life.
What sort of a monster puts shit on the inside of a windshield like that? I can't fathom that shit. Outside, I get it. To market is maybe it's marketed like, oh, we repaired this one. We're gonna put a little sticker here, say it's done, so you can pick it up, pull the sticker off, get in the car. But on the inside corner of the windshield, you're a fucking psychopath. How dare you?
I just don't get putting stickers on cars at all in general. Like, whenever I see a sticker on a car, I roll my eyes, regardless of if I agree with the sticker or not.
What if you agree? What if you really agree with the sticker? It says Jackson's great. Would you keep it on?
I'd give them a thumbs up at that point. That's pretty cool.
No, I don't mind. I don't know what kind of stickers you're talking about. If it's just like customizing, I actually don't mind zany like bumper stickers. Whatever, it's your car. Have fun.
Yeah.
I just get irked by another company doing it for me. Like, oh yeah, here you go. Our car dealership sold you this car. Eat a dick. Take that shit off, you prick.
Yeah. Absolutely. And then the license plate decals where it's like, I bought this car at James Callahan's big dealership. It's like, fuck you.
Yeah. Seriously, I already paid you. If you want me to display this shit, okay, well, that's going to be a monthly fee for you, asshole. I'm not your free billboard.
And people don't realize you can take it off. They don't realize you can just unscrew it and replace it with a generic one. You don't have to keep it on. I've met people who thought that it was just part of the car. It's insane.
Can I legally, since I own my house and my land, can I legally put a sign up on the front lawn and then like have, you know, businesses pay me advertisement fees to put their stuff up on the billboard?
Possibly.
I think it depends on zoning laws. I don't know about Australia.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, in America, because you have those like homeowners associations, you might not be able to everywhere.
Well, I'm not associated with any homeowners, I don't think. So
the way that you said that with your accent, Jackson, sounded a lot more offensive than what you meant to say.
What did it sound like?
Advertising into who?
Well, I don't know. It's just my neighbors, I guess. My street.
Right. Yeah, McDonald's is going to want a billboard that 6 people see a day. That's really a good investment.
I wouldn't even charge much. I'd charge maybe like $10 a week or something.
That's not even worth it. Why is that worth disfiguring your property?
It might be. I'm in like a school area. Like there's a school down the street, kind of. So
yeah, get the kids. They're young and impressionable. That's a bonus.
Impressionable young audience.
Can I pay you like $10 to put up a free candy sign?
No, I would be able to choose who sponsors the sign. and it's not going to be you. But I think someone will go for it.
Okay, so you're in a school zone. I think I could do a mutual beneficial one if you're in a school zone, Jackson. I would get you to put up a sign, and it says, "Hey parents, ask me why I'm not a registered sex offender." See, because it says that you're not, and it lets them inquire for more. It makes them feel safe.
It puts them at ease. Puts everyone at ease knowing that I'm not a sex offender.
Yeah, it makes them relax when you keep going around and go, "Hi, I'm not a registered sex offender, by the way," in case you were wondering.
Don't ask.
What if I...
Yeah, don't ask, but...
check.
I think I'd be able to find a business though that would pay maybe like $10 a week, and then that's passive income.
I mean, Sally's lemonade stand, maybe, but like...
I mean, it's not that far. Like, people drive past. Like, my post office guy, delivery guy, comes every single day. So
okay,
he'd see
one.
that. Yeah, he'd see that every single day.
What a return of investment.
All my neighbors have to go to work. They have to drive by.
Knowing you would like trick yourself into just seeing the ad every morning and buy
and
it
then
yourself.
buying it, yeah. It would have
Free
one
candy?
guaranteed hit.
Y'all dumb.
I don't know. I think it would work. I think it'd be fine. Good idea for
You
passive
can try.
income.
Why not get a tattoo instead?
Ooh, yeah.
Or wear a shirt. I don't know.
Okay, wearing a shirt is different. Very different.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think most human beings, if McDonald's said, "Hey, wear this McDonald's shirt for a day, we'll give you $100," I think most people would say, "Yeah, no problem."
Oh yeah.
But a tattoo is way different.
Well, how much are you going to get paid for the tattoo? That's like lifelong commitment. You got
$10 a week.
There.
Minimum.
Oh, okay. So it's like a weekly subscription. But then you got to guarantee that business doesn't go out of sale either.
We determined that all the wealth in the world is worth frying your penis off. The genuine question. What is the value to you? Let's say they pay you every month to have a tattoo on your body that says McDonald's logo or something like that. You know, if you want to end the contract, you can laser it off. It's not fully permanent. But, you know, a tattoo with that logo, pretty prominent place.
Realistically,
Let's say,
if it's on my chest or something, then I have to walk around shirtless all the time.
Well, no, let's say prominent place, like maybe your upper arm or your back. Forehead. Forehead would be different. Yeah. Peck.
It would have to be arm. That's the only place that would be visible. Really?
Yeah. I would say it's on your upper arm to where people can see it, even if you're wearing a short sleeve shirt. Like it's pretty big on your bicep. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
So how much every month you get a check from McDonald's for it?
$1,000 a month.
That little?
I mean,
that is
that little. That's $12,000. That's $12,000 a month. I mean, a year. That's pretty good passive income, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it depends on how big the tattoo is and how much space you have left for other companies.
Oh, yeah. Kaya's going full rotating billboard.
You've got plenty of room across. You've got another bicep. So if I go for I have KFC on the other hand or the other arm or whatever, then I'm getting another $12,000 a year.
And
or you could exclusivity clause where they get both biceps. I don't know, for like 1800s.
Yeah,
for like a discount, but they have to sign a contract for a year.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, I would like to say higher, but at that point, it's going to be a harder sell for McDonald's. Like, it has to be an achievable thing for them as well.
You don't think McDonald's has money? What do you mean?
No, they have money.
They have money,
but
or a month.
No. Yeah, of course they do. But are they going to want to spend that on me, who spends most of his time inside? Anyway, they're not going to.
Well, hang on. We do this show to a pretty sizable audience. Would they pay?
Why would they advertise on the show?
Where when people see the video, they see you with the McDonald's tattoo.
Most of our listeners are audio listeners anyway.
But you could say I have a McDonald's tattoo.
Well, then what's the point of the tattoo?
Your thing.
It could be your new thing, your new catchphrase.
Yeah. I end every sentence with "brought to you by Macca's."
Yeah, I don't know if McDonald's would go for it, but you could definitely, like, you guys know that time when like a gambling site, I think, paid a woman to name her baby after the website. It was something.com.
Vague, yeah.
Yeah, so Jackson, just find like a sleazy industry, like a hentai site or something that would want to sponsor you. They would go for it.
I'm not putting hentai on my body.
Okay, similar point, Jackson. How much a month for you to legally change your name to JacksonEHentai.org or something like that?
Like legally?
in all capacities that people know. So publicly, you introduce yourself like that.
I was going to say
on the show,
different.
you're known as that. Your name might on paper not be that, but to everyone, you are now that.
Yeah, just strip my entire identity. I'm good.
It has to be on paper. No, why?
Oh,
I
it has
wouldn't
to be on
pay for
paper?
that if I was a hentai site.
Okay, yeah, legal name change to do that, Jackson. How much? And monthly payments.
I wouldn't.
Bullshit! Come on,
No, everyone has a price.
For $450 trillion? Like, get out of here! Come on.
A month?
That's a lot.
Yeah,
of
like
money.
a monthly salary to rename yourself Henry R. Hentai or whatever Andrew said. How much?
and again, point is, you can reverse it. You can go to the court and go, my contract's over, put my name back, please, at any time.
That makes it, okay, that's fine.
But your name is legally changed. It's not just a nickname. It is legal for while you're under contract.
But I get the bag while I can, and then I just change my name back. That's fine.
Yeah, but how long do you do it?
But it's still a hassle. It's still a bureaucratic
It's
hassle.
not a hassle. As soon as I'm like, yo, I'm getting paid this much to do this, then it's pretty obvious.
Jackson Clarke never said yo. Jackson E. Hentai's the one who says yo. That's amazing.
Keep in mind two things. One, with name changes, again, I don't know about Australia. In America, usually you have to announce it in the papers. So you would have to announce that you're
That's
now
fine.
Jackson E. Hentai.
That's what they're paying for. They're paying for the spectacle.
Honestly,
if
it's
you
free
die, it's going on
advertising,
your gravestone.
Well, no.
Keep in mind.
Andrew said I can change it back eventually. So I'm gonna.
Yeah, right. But if you die during your term, it goes on your gravestone.
Ooh,
what do you say?
Get buried as hentai.
You say the hentai site's gonna assassinate me?
You don't get to change it back. That's a good point.
The hentai site assassinates me to guarantee that I last that way forever.
Maybe.
They might.
And keep in mind, Jackson. Third point that I just thought of: when you get married, it's also gonna be your wife's name.
Oh, you can't get married and
And
have the
your children.
contract enabled, or she'll be hentai permanently. She can't change that.
Do they
And your
also get
children.
paid? Do they all get paid, like additional?
No. Here's the stipulations
Well,
for
that's
the contract. Every month, you are paid a salary. Your name is legally changed to Jackson E. Hentai. You can vouch to change it at any time. You do have to go through the bureaucracy, and you'll stop being paid. But it is a legal binding name change. If you get married during that time, your spouse gets that name. Your kids born during that time, they have that name. How much and how long would you do it?
I would definitely do it. I would risk it, even with all those points. I would still risk it. I'd probably do like $100,000 a month.
That's so
fuck
much.
off.
That's a lot for a
That's
name.
so
do it
much.
for less.
What are you talking about?
Yeah,
No
I think
way.
you'd settle for less. If someone waved like 25 grand a month in your face, I think you'd take it.
Yeah.
Actually,
you would.
yeah, maybe you're not wrong.
Yeah, you wouldn't care. You'd be like, come here, Hentai Junior.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let me explain why that's your name.
Yeah, I'd never change my name.
Even for if it was 25K, even for 1 month, just to go, yeah, for a month I was Jackson E. Hentai, I think would be fine. I think that'd be totally fine. For sure.
Yeah, probably.
You can make an extra 25 per month for each child you let them name, like
Oh.
Isekai Hentai, the boy, and then I don't even know any genres, but there you go, like Dragon Ball Hentai.
The boy in the striped pajamas is his legal name. Yeah.
Well, then, yeah, I'd pop out a bunch of kids then. What do you mean? People do it for way less. People have welfare babies all the time.
Okay, what if you're the only one who's allowed to change his name back? Because your children
That's so
are
cruel.
your children are
extremely
born with
cruel.
it. Your children
So
are
cruel.
born with it. You
Yeah,
know?
but they still have the right to change their name to whatever they want eventually.
When they're 18. Until then, they have to
Ooh.
keep Isekai Hentai as their full legal
Yeah,
name.
Jackson, you might be condemning your
Yeah, but-
kids to 18 years of being E. Hentai.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do that unless it was like a lot more. Unless it was like $1
That's
million
so
a
funny.
month. In which case, you know, they can be happy with the fact that they're getting like $1 million a month, basically.
Mm-hmm.
They can live with that.
Until they're 18, you could tell them it's for their college fund. Tentacle Hentai, my daughter,
Yeah.
my beloved daughter. It's
Well, no,
for
it's
you.
literally setting them up for generational wealth again. Like, yeah, that's fine. I'm doing it for them.
Would you even want to go back to Clarke at that point? If you had to spend 18 years with all of your children calling them hentai,
Yeah.
that's your name at that point, right?
I-
You're the
I-
hentai clan.
No, I would always think of myself as Clarke.
I don't think you can
I
go
would
back
always
to
think of
Clarke. I
myself.
think you can go back to something else, but not Clarke. Maybe go back to like Jackson Stallworth or Hard Body, something better, you know?
Gross.
How is that gross?
That sounds like
That's
gross. Yeah, that sounds like cheesy.
That's Mr.
That's
Hentai.
where I draw the line. Hentai was fine, but Stallworth? Ugh.
No, I like my last name. I like Clarke.
It's okay.
It's a nice name.
It's all right. Okay.
Clarke.
Right, you're not
Better
going
than
to be
yours.
saying it a lot during your hentai era.
No.
It's actually going to be forbidden from you using it at all on any paperwork
all?
Yep.
ever.
I can't even think about
that's
it.
a breach. That's a breach of contract. If you tell anyone your actual name is Jackson Clarke, contract immediately dissolved, and your payment is forfided for that month.
But no, that's fine. But I can still think of myself as Clarke.
They'll put a chip in
whatever
your
the
brain
fuck
so
you
you
want.
can't have those thoughts.
The thought police void my contract.
Yeah, maybe we can detect it. Your thoughts.
No.
You'd have to
Yeah.
really, really sell the idea even to yourself.
The price is going up the more that you say, the more that you bring in these like fantastical concepts where I have thought
Oh,
police
come on.
looking at me.
It's just
Every
brain
hour, every
surgery,
day.
Jackson. It's not a big deal. Shut up.
Yeah, this is not
Yeah.
what I signed up for.
What if we severed you and there's Jackson Clarke and then there's Jackson Hentai? For a third of your life, you're Jackson Hentai.
I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to meet Jackson Hentai.
I kind of do, actually.
I don't want to meet that guy.
I want to meet him, and he's
That's
the coolest
terrible.
guy ever. He's just every way better than Jackson.
No, he just he
He's just
smells
gonna
of
be a gooner.
yeah. He smells like cum.
Natural musk.
Mm.
Speaking of, that's a great segue to
Speaking of natural musk,
the gooning and the hentai and the genres and the G hentai. It's all a good segue to my topic. If you guys wanna pivot somewhere else, Kaya, you inspired me last week or 2 weeks ago. If you want the honest truth, so you was it last week or 2 weeks ago that you talked about the isekai hentais and the vending machine and all that shit?
It was
Oh yeah,
2
the
weeks ago.
isekai. We talked about it it was behind the paywall, but yeah, I was watching 9 anime. Is it 9 anime? Yeah, it is.
Sure,
The isekai genre section.
Sure. So a little preview for non-Patreon people, but during a Patreon part of episode either last week or 2 weeks ago, Kaya talked about how he's really into isekai anime, which is where, I
Like
get
he
hit by...
jerks off to it all the time.
Yeah. We all
the
jerk
time.
off to anime. It's great. But like, I got hit by a truck and now I'm a slime in a fantasy world. Oh, I'm stuck in a video game and now I'm a dungeon master. The whole transported to another world
shit.
genre. So Kaya, I was looking for a new show to watch since Invincible wrapped up the newest season. I went, I just need a show to watch. And I looked through my list of stuff and I went, what would Kaya do? What would Kaya consider in this with his isekai? So I went similar, but an offshoot genre. Kaya, I'm probably going to pronounce this wrong because it's Japanese, but have you heard of Ecchi or Ecchi anime? Okay, so
I've
it's
seen
Ecchi.
it. Ecchi. I also don't know what
Ecchi,
that is.
Ecchi.
Wait, this sounds familiar.
I don't know how to pronounce it perfectly. I think it's Ecchi. But it's
Is this porn?
basically it's
Ecchi.
softcore porn with a focus on the plot, and it sounds worthless.
Yeah, that sounds lame.
But I found a show called Prison School.
Oh God,
And it's
Jesus!
one of the funniest fucking things I've ever seen in my life. I cannot believe how ahead of us Japan is in every way. How are they? They're just this perfect country. They had a team of dozens and dozens of animators working at a fully funded name brand studio pump out a show like this that maybe in a censored form aired on TV and is available on fucking Crunchyroll of all things. But I downloaded the uncensored Blu-ray or whatever the
Yeah, of course
uncensored
you did.
release is. Of course I did.
you did.
Of course I did. I had to see what I'm missing. This is a show where I've
Wait,
devised...
don't they censor everything anyway in Japan?
No, you see full tits. Now there's only implied nudity beyond that, but you see like tits and asses uncensored just
What you
flopping
mean, like
around.
you mean like nipples?
Yeah, full nipples and everything. And
Okay,
there's,
wait,
like-
what school? What is the school in this? Because this is
I'm glad you asked, Jackson. I'd love to get into
this is
it.
dangerous.
So
and
prison
gross.
school, the women are not imprisoned, it's the men. And the plot of the show is there's an all-girls school, and they, for the first time after being founded, open it up co-ed. They go, we have our first 5 male students joining us. And first day, or one of the first days, the male students peep on the girls in the shower, in the bathroom, peep on them in the girls' locker room. And they're tried like prisoners. They're literally like crucified, and tomatoes are thrown at them in the school courtyard. And then in comes the underground student council, which is the student council, but they're edgy and dark and operate beyond the law. And they throw them in prison, like actual prison built on the school.
So wait, this is just to clarify. This is a porn. This is a porn, well, a softcore porn where it is actually set in a high school.
Yeah, but it's like a fantasy fucking anime high school where everyone is drawn like they're 24 and all that shit. You know what I mean? But that's not why you watch. That's not why you watch Prison School. You don't watch it for like the actual sexy stuff. If you do, no, it's not worthwhile for that. What it's worthwhile for is the comedy of the show. Is it comes up with the most unexplainable coincidences for sexual encounters I've ever seen, and they're fucking hysterical. So I'll give you an example. There is an instructor who's watching the boys as they're doing like labor stuff out in the field. They're like picking fucking 4-leaf clovers and weeds and shit out of the field. And she's like a tough kung fu badass. And she's like, if you misbehave, I'm going to fucking judo kick you in the head and all this shit. And they don't find her attractive because she wears conservative clothing and she beats them up. And they're just like, oh, we can't even like perv after her because it's a fucking hentai. Of course it is. So one of the protagonists is hiding in a tree. He's hiding in a tree to talk to another girl. And the instructor walks below him and conveniently right underneath him goes, oh God, I can't hold it. I really have to take a piss. So in the middle of the woods, she pulls down her pants and starts pissing. And at that exact moment, the branch the protagonist is on breaks and he falls down and lands perfectly with his head right between her legs, staring at her pissing. And it's like this 1 in a million fucking comedy of errors writing. And I'm just, as I'm watching it, I'm like, I can't believe there's a guy who goes to work every day. He works a 9 to 5. He has coworkers. He has a water cooler. He has the morning coffee. And he sits down and draws this. Because it's professionally made.
It sounds funny, but are you sure that they intended it to be a comedy and that's not just like actual porn?
No, it is a comedy because the entirety of the next episode is the instructor's really embarrassed. And her plot to punish him is, well, you watched me piss, so now I have to watch you piss. And
so funny.
she spends the whole episode forcing him to drink tea and then is like, okay, whip it out, take a piss, take a piss, take a piss. And she corners him in a bathroom and she's like, okay, take a piss. I need to watch you take a piss. But at that moment, what?
I was just going to say, to me, this still sounds like porn.
It's an equal mix. It is an equal mix. It is softcore porn. I will not deny that.
Set in a high school. Yes.
A fictional high school where
it doesn't matter that it's fictional. It's still people like, if it's porn, people are jerking off to this. I don't know.
You can be 18 in high school. You can be 19 in high school.
Yeah.
Come on. It's one of those things where everyone is very clearly an implied adult. Like none of them are like children at all. They're very clearly adults.
Jackson Hentai is not having it.
You can Google these characters, man. I don't know what high schooler has double G cup breasts, you know? Like it's pretty
Well,
blatant.
then what's the point of like labeling it as a high school then?
Because
clearly
that's a Japanese trope. It's not the important part. It's a Japanese anime trope. That's the point.
Well, it's clearly an important part if they still made it a high school.
But this regardless, is why I'm bringing it on the show, because isn't it so fucking funny that you have a team of 50 people making this show and no one asks these questions?
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that, that it's funny that 50 grown men are making this. Yes.
Yeah. So, and it's being marketed and sold, and the country's eating it up. It's popular. It gets good reviews. You can look it up on my anime list.
It's Japan.
Yeah,
that doesn't surprise me at all.
I know. So
I'm not gonna comment on this anymore because.
So the conclusion of the piss arc is she corners him in a bathroom, and she's like, "Okay, whip it out. I have to watch you piss, so we're even." But she gets startled, and she slips and pulls down his pants right under him, and he just accidentally pisses all over her. It's like everyone's like, okay, well, this is a thing that happens. It's cracking me up because as you watch the show, it's all these scenarios that in real life would be heinous, horrible, like terrible. But in this show, it's like, okay, we're moving on now. It just makes no sense.
I'm hard.
Yeah. And then I jack off and I come and I spray it everywhere. And it's like, okay, this is a good show. No, it's definitely porn. I won't deny that, but it's actually funny as well. It's genuinely a funny show. I don't know how to describe it. Okay, let me give you a more wholesome comedy. There is the school director is obsessed with Latina booties to the point where his briefcase is filled with nothing but fat Latina ass photos, and that's it, and nothing else. And he realizes his addiction is so bad that he buries them in the woods so he can never look at them again. But as he's burying all of them, he's kissing them one by one and saying goodbye to their fake names that he gave them. It's like, it's funny.
Oh,
is that the episode? Is that the episode called "It's a Bumderful Life"?
Yeah, it might be. Actually, all the titles are puns.
I'm assuming the episode about the pissing is called "Blazing Fluids."
Ew.
Yeah, it's a good show. Oh, so that was my things I like corner for this week. It's a good show. It's
90% people like this
be?
TV show, and it's got a 4.5 out of 5.
Yeah. How bad could it be if it's on Crunchyroll? It's got 13,000 fucking 5-star reviews on Crunchyroll. Come on.
I'm not made for anime and stuff.
Yeah.
Anytime I talk about anime or stuff like this, I get shit, which is fine. It's not my thing. But like I like some anime, like Attack on Titan and stuff, but yeah,
this is just like Attack on Titan. They're honestly the same show.
Jackson, I'm telling you need to try Isekai, which is actually wholesome because it's about depressed Japanese young men who kill themselves and wake up in a much better world where they get to be vending machines. And
that sounds cool.
Handsome princess.
And see in Ecchi, you get to piss all over a girl and everyone laughs it off. And then you just go on about your day.
See, this is what I mean, though.
If like, what an accident. Oh, well, who cares?
I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. Maybe I'm being sensitive, but if like
you are okay, I see where you're caught up. You're treating it as like hardcore hentai.
No, I'm just treating it like porn set in high school. Like straight up. Like if a friend came up to me in real life, or just a random person came up to me and said, "You got to watch this show," and then I asked what it was about, and they're like, "Well, it's set in a high school, and they piss on each other, and they like it's 5 guys perving on girls' there's tits hanging out."
What season of Stranger Things is this?
But at that point, I'd be like, I would probably never talk to that person again. I'd be like,
so that is a valid viewpoint, but let's also remember it is Japan. Japan's age of consent is also 16. High school and all of this stuff happening in anime happens in high school is a huge trope where you see it everywhere. It's part of the joke. I'm not excusing that. I'm not trying to convince you that you're wrong in your viewpoint on that. I just find it hysterical that this is an actual produced, voice-acted, studio-funded, airs on Crunchyroll show. You know,
I find that absolutely hilarious. Yes, I agree with you.
Yeah,
it's just I always go back to thinking about the actual funny anime that Kai and myself watch. What was it called? The fucking
Ghost Stories.
Ghost Stories.
Well,
yeah.
that was not meant to be funny. That was funny because of the dub. That was originally not a comedy.
No, but it was very funny still.
Yeah.
But regardless, even in that, with like an 8-year-old girl main character or whatever, every single chance they get, there's like upskirt shots of her like falling over and her underwear exposed and things like that.
The reason for that is apparently it's actually in the Japanese constitution that anime has to have panty shots of children.
But that's
I'm not exaggerating. You can be punished by like seppuku if you don't show upskirt shots of high school girls and grade school girls. Apparently, I don't know why it's in every anime. I've noticed that theme though, Jackson. It's not just that one.
That's kind of my point, right? Like it's weird that people pretend like this stuff kind of doesn't exist or they kind of gloss over it, but it's in like almost every one of these. Like Attack on Titan, no, which is why I like Attack on Titan. There's no like really weird shit. Like the story is weird and anime-esque, but it's like they keep it pretty clean in that sense, at least.
I'm approaching it from the angle of Japan is Japan. You have to understand that's their stuff. And then, you laugh. Like
there's plenty from that angle too. It doesn't
me too.
Like phase me at all. Like, here's more Japanese fucking cartoons with a girl, like a breastless, like 8-year-old looking girl, and for some reason there's a 10-second panty shot of her. Of course. Like, it doesn't surprise me that, like a team of 50 adult men sat down and animated this in earnest after, like, having a water cooler discussion. Like, yeah, you catch the anime last night? Yeah, man, it was cool. We should animate panties into it.
No,
but
it
it's
doesn't
still
surprise
weird
me.
for sure.
Yes, that's my point. It's still weird that people are like into this for that reason.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, some fucking politician tried banning like lewd imagery of like drawn imagery of naked children this week in some state. I forget which one, probably like Texas or some around there. And the fucking comments were losing their minds. And every time you clicked on an anime profile picture, it would be like a man somewhere between 19 and 49 arguing how the fuck are you going to... What is it going to be illegal to watch Alvin and the Chipmunks and Tom and Jerry and this and that?
Yeah,
the way they lose their minds is crazy about their fucking obscure panty shots.
Mm-hmm. I can't. I regret talking about this because there's going to be people arguing in the comments about it.
I don't give a fuck about them arguing. They can bitch and moan for 1,000 years. My main point is the fact it's set in a school is not why. It's not any part of it to me. I just enjoy the whole what is the stupid coincidence that the writers come up with to get sex to happen. Yeah,
I get you. And it sounds like a fun way of watching it, but I feel like there are people out there that actually watch it for maybe the Japanese intended reason, which is like the fetish side of it. And that's the part that's weird to me. But if you're going in watching it and like laughing at it, like you are, then
I'll tell you, viewers, listen, you know me, I don't lie. My penis came out not one time watching this show. Stayed firmly.
There we go.
Well, not firmly. It stayed normal in my pants. Okay? I will say that loud and clear on the air. I watched this.
I believe you. You like watching
answer, but it's the truth. I watched this for the plot.
You.
I was laughing so hard watching it.
You watch a lot of like softcore porn things just to laugh at them. I completely.
Why not? I still stand by the fact, I've been saying this for years, the American Dad porn parody made by Wood Rocket Studios is perfect. They recreated the sets in real life. The guys who play the characters are fucking flawless. It's hysterical. I want to do a video on it if YouTube wasn't all about fucking banning that kind of shit.
What's it called? I want to look this up.
It's literally just called American Dad, the XXX parody or something like that. You can watch the trailer for it on YouTube. But the guy who plays Stan Smith, I think his name is something Stone, Evan Stone, maybe. I think it's Evan Stone, and he is a perfect Stan Smith. He does the voice perfectly. He looks just like him, and they rebuilt the sets from the cartoon in real life. The jokes are like the show. It's fucking amazing. You know, like I don't think that shit should be ashamed of. I think it should be funny.
No, this is fun.
You know,
this is fun.
Yeah. So that's my point. So I found a show from Browsing Crunchyroll, and I was like, oh, I've heard of this. Looked at it, and there you go.
You might actually like the vending machine one because it has like cutesy Japanese fun facts because the guy learns to transform himself into different kinds of like national vending machines. Like the sort of vending machine that dispenses like oxygen during an earthquake, which they apparently invented in the 80s or something.
Oh.
That sort of stuff. And then he learns to use his powers to defeat monsters. Like he has to dispense ice cubes to like lure alligators out of a river. So he dispenses ice cubes, and it's silly. At some point he turns himself into a vending machine with a porta potty attached. And my wife and I were laughing like he's gonna have people shit in his mouth, and that's what he transforms into. It's very amusing, but that is just kind of Japanese humor too.
Exactly right. I think you need to accept anime is going to be anime, Japan's going to be Japan, and when you leave that where it is, you can laugh. It's there. It's funny. Why not? You know?
Yeah, I think it's
Jackson, you fucking buzzkill.
I'm not a Puritan. I just don't.
Of it is still garbage, though.
What's that, Kaya?
I was just gonna say, I hope this doesn't come across like us defending anime. Like 99.9% of it is dog shit garbage.
Yeah.
That is unviewable, and honestly, we should sanction Japan for its existence.
That's why I wanted to talk about it on the show, too, because most animes that I watch I just find really boring and repetitive, and it's the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over and over, especially Japanese comedies. Oh, man. There's another one I tried recently, and it was huge on Twitter and the internet when it came out. It's The Deer Girl. I don't remember the fucking name of it, but I'm going to look it up right now. It had a really catchy My Dear Friend Nokotan. So it was huge when it came out, had a really catchy theme song. People were posting about it, but other than that, I tried watching it. It's the most unfunny thing imaginable. I like anime humor is always so bad most of the time. It's the most not at all funny things that you can ever imagine. It's always just something wacky happens and people scream react. That's every joke, you know?
Yeah.
Anime's
comedy. Anime's genuine comedy always comes from like the situations, like you said, where they find them in wacky situations or peculiar moments. Those are always the funnest parts of anime. It's never like the dialogue that's funny.
Like if we're talking about good anime comedies, there's a really good one called Detroit Metal City that I watched a long while back. It's about a dude who is in the most popular metal band in Japan, but he hates being in it. So he's always trying to find a way out. And the joke is like his character in metal lore is this like unstoppable demon, and every time he's trying to just do ordinary things, they treat it as just like profane publicity. Like at one point he's visiting the Eiffel Tower and his fans think he's trying to have sex with it. Like shit like that. You know, and it was a funny show because the joke was that, all these situations he gets into are misinterpreted by fans. And that's why I like Prison School, because it's like, how the fuck is this going to happen to end up into a sexy scenario? And that's funny. But like so much Japanese comedy is, let's say girl walks into class and goes, I really like tuna sandwiches. And her friend goes, yep, that's Yoko, always eating tuna. And then Yoko goes, that's why I bought 50. And the rest of the class goes, what? That's so many. And that's the joke. That's the whole joke. It fucking sucks.
That is pretty funny. That's 50. That's pretty funny.
Well, 50 tuna sandwiches. Who would do that? Yoko. That's crazy.
That's classic Yoko, yeah.
Classic Yoko.
And then she squatted over and pissed on her friend.
And I went, hey, this is Prison School Season 2.
Classic Yoko.
That's my
anime.
thing. Classic anime. That's my things I like corner for this episode. I found anime I like.
Things you like was Prison School. Okay.
Prison School. You guys should do one now.
Yeah, you do a thing you like, Kaya.
Does anime?
Or anything. We could do a things we like corner, and I started it. Yeah.
I thought you were saying the thing that you like is anime.
No, I was asking, does it have to be? But now all I can think about is anime because of this fucking nonsense and just their awful Japanese humor. No, I actually did like the vending machine one. I forget what it was exactly called. Let me see. Reborn as a vending machine. Now I wander the dungeons. It's so fucking retarded and silly and ridiculous and frivolous that it somehow is fun, and it is mostly harmless. It's not as pervy as your average anime, Jackson, so it has that going for it. I actually don't know if I saw panties in it, so that's a plus side.
I don't care about like perviness or anything like that. Like Western media has pervy shit as well. It's just when it becomes a weird, like you're pandering to people who like jerking off to high school settings and things like that, that's where it's weird.
I think anime has that problem no matter what. I mean, Attack on Titan, for example, Mikasa, the main woman, her tits are huge. And they flop. There's always in every anime.
That's fine though. She's not a kid, pretty sure. I don't know.
I think she's actually genuinely like 16 years old.
I remember now. So the only time where there's anything pervy in this show, Jackson, is there's like 3 thugs that are about to molest a girl who's asleep. So the vending machine, he wants to protect her. So to distract the thugs. He transforms into a smut book vending machine, and he dispenses pornographic material, which distracts the thugs, and they're like, I have to go take a nap. I'm really sleepy all of a sudden. And the other one goes, I'm gonna go take a shower. I feel dirty. And that was the only smut that I remember in it.
That's how that would go down.
Now see, you got to forgive me for that sentence, Kyle, when you go, there's a girl getting perved on by 3 men, and so the vending machine to defend her. It's like, you don't have to say anymore. I'm in.
I know. That's what kind of makes it fun. It's very ridiculous. And the guy calls himself like a vending machine otaku, and I'm still not entirely sure what the word otaku means, aside from like
fan,
fanboy.
Isn't it? Yeah, fanboy.
Yeah. And he dies and gets reborn as a vending machine. And by the, like, I don't think this is a spoiler, but towards the end-ish episodes, they broached the topic of, hey, like, we could potentially turn you back into a human. And he goes, I don't wanna. I like being a vending machine and dispensing stuff and helping.
I found my
learned.
purpose in life.
He lived his new life, his new dreams. Good for him.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Well,
Does the vending machine end up having sex?
No. There is no sex at all. He has like a companion girl, but it's like very, I don't know, it's like cutesy. It's more cutesy than even romantic, let alone
wholesome.
Sexual at all.
That's cool.
I wouldn't say wholesome. I mean, it's anime.
Sure. Yeah.
You know.
Is she also a vending machine? Or is she like a vending machine stockist or something?
No, they're all like humans in a fantasy world. And he's the only vending machine, which is why they're treating him like a magical artifact. Like this cube is dispensing warm ramen. How could it be? It must have been sent by the heavens. But they all have to pay it like 15 cents a pop to get like Coke Zeros, which he likes dispensing. What? There's like a segment where he defeats a lava lizard thing by dispensing Cokes, and then he has to somehow message the idea of putting Mentos into the Coke to the anime people. It is.
Oh, so he can't talk to them either?
No, he can't talk. He can only say his slogans that the vending machine would say, and it's like, fuck, what was it? No, so when he wants to say no, he can only basically answer in yes or no, but when he wants to say no, he says, too bad. And when he wants to say yes, he says, hello there. So they just recorded those lines once and they loop it throughout the entire anime, but it's kind of
that's pretty funny,
enjoyable.
That's charming, yeah.
So I found the wiki, Kaya. You didn't even mention one of the funniest parts. The reason he's reincarnated as a vending machine is because when he dies in the real world, he's crushed to death by a vending machine.
Trying to save it. So he is behind a truck with a vending machine in the bed. And the vending machine is like slowly getting loose, like the straps are breaking, and it's about to crash onto the road. And he's like, I have to save the vending machine. And then he speeds up his scooter and catches the vending machine midair and dies. And then he wakes up as the vending machine. That's so fucking stupid.
You're reborn in this world by whatever kills you. That's pretty great.
That's awesome. All right, Jackson, don't kill our theme. What's your anime that you liked this week?
I didn't watch any anime this week.
You fucking loser.
What's your favorite anime?
When was the last time I watched anime?
Jackson doesn't watch anime.
Hentai.
I think the last anime that I enjoyed watching, and it's always mainstream shit. You guys have niche ones because you go out of your way to watch anime, it sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
The last one that I watched that I enjoyed was, I think, Jujutsu Kaisen.
Boring.
Yeah, I know.
Yawn. No one's a vending machine or getting fucked in that. Who cares?
There's no sex or anything. It's just cool art. That's why I watch anime.
Stupid,
for the cool
boring.
art.
Also, Kaya, I wanna say this on air. I just have to be smug and superior. Reborn is a vending machine. I Now Wander the Dungeon on Crunchyroll, your anime, has a 4.2 rating. Prison School has a 4.5. What do you think of that, Kaya? How do you feel about that?
I don't know. I wouldn't pay for Crunchyroll like a loser.
I'm not paying either. I'm just on the website.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't know. That sounds about right.
Yeah.
4.2 sounds fair, yeah. I mean, it's not a masterpiece. Yeah. I don't know what the grading is for fucking anime.
Well, the difference is mine has tits. Mine has tits, so they're going to give it 5s no matter what. It could be a piece of shit. It wouldn't matter. They're going to give it a 5.
Jujutsu Kaisen, really, Jackson? That's what you're saying.
Are you 17?
That's all I've watched. I don't watch like anime. Oh, okay, Skate the Infinity. It's about like a gay romance where they both are skaters and they skate around and like.
Are
have
you gay?
duels. No, but it's like cool. No,
okay.
I mean, the anime.
Are you
was
Infinite?
Cool. Yeah, that was
actually
cool.
does look cool looking at pictures.
That's the most niche one I think I've watched. I don't know how popular that one is. I don't even know why I watched it. I don't know. It was cool. Nothing like super weird in it.
Oh, Jackson.
Well, that concludes our anime corner.
Yeah.
I don't have anything to say about
sunk
anime.
The anime corner at the end there.
Yeah, you should have led with me, and then it would have got better. I don't fucking watch anime.
I don't either. That's why I was excited to talk about Prison School.
Yeah.
You absolutely watch anime. What do you mean?
This is the first anime I think I've watched in over a year.
Yeah, but you've always watched anime. You're a big anime guy. You're the biggest anime guy out of us, for sure.
What?
You absolutely are.
I guess out of the three of us, but even then I maybe watch like 1 or 2 a year. I really don't. I watch regular shows now.
Is that a recent development, like historically? Have you been more of
I
an
think
anime
in
person
college I
previously?
watched a lot of it because my friends watched a lot of it, but after that I would maybe watch it every now. I treat it like any other medium. Like, okay, I want to watch a show. What looks good? Like, I don't specifically go for anime. I went for Prison School because Kaya was talking about isekai, and I went, well, what are some animes I've heard of that are like dumb anime shit? And that seemed perfect, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I could watch another one for you if that would make you feel better, Jackson.
No, Jackson has to watch one on his own. I'm giving him
Jackson
homework.
should watch.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to.
Yes, you do. Jackson, go to the 9 anime isekai genre tab. right, chat? Comment section. Tell Jackson to watch isekai or ecchi.
Where do I go for this?
9animetv.2. TO.
That link will be
9anime
expired in a week, everyone listening.
Wait, 9anime.tv.2?
No, 9animetv.2. It's on my stream right now.
Okay. Oh, 2 is in TO. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe
pick
chat
one of
can
those.
help you pick one.
Yeah,
you can order by Ecchi and Isekai.
Yeah, pick one of these. It has to be one of these.
Yeah, tell me which one I need to watch, chat.
And you can even sort them by like being dubbed. Because I only watch dubs.
Me
how
too.
about for you? This one looks good. Isekai Onsen Paradise, uncensored.
That sounds like both. It sounds like a mixture of our two favorite genres.
Wait, which one is it?
Isekai Onsen Paradise.
Uncensored. Yeah, the fact it says onsen, the fact it says uncensored and isekai in the title means it's a meeting of Kaya and I's minds. So Jackson, you need to watch something like that where you can. Yeah, no, that's what you should do. This is your genuine homework. Find an ecchi isekai. So it's an isekai that's softcore porn, and watch it, and you have to tell us which side you identify more with, which you appreciated more, the softcore porn and silly sex bullshit, or the fantasy world and adventuring.
Look, Jackson,
there's another one
to
next
the
to
titles. A harem in a
harem.
fantasy world labyrinth.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, but that doesn't say uncensored next to it, so I'm not interested.
How about jobless reincarnation specials?
Wait, what's there's Tales of the Wedding Rings as well that's uncensored. What's the description for that?
Saoto has been in love with his childhood friend and neighbor, Hime, ever since she and her grandfather appeared out of nowhere 10 years ago.
What?
That doesn't sound too interesting.
Nah,
that sounds
fuck, that's boring. Yeah, don't
you want
watch
something
the ones
with
where...
a corny, garbage-looking cover. Usually the garbage cover is a good giveaway.
Don't watch a slice of life, because then it's just going to be the most unbearably boring shit ever, which is characters sit around doing absolutely nothing. Find like an adventure or a comedy, like a high energy comedy, something where plot's going on.
They drew me in with uncensored. I don't know what the uncensored
Kaya,
element of that was.
read the plot summary of Isekai Onsen Paradise Uncensored.
All right. Yoshizo Yukawa is a passionate hot spring enthusiast.
This is already good.
Yeah, I know. It's like a Jason Statham movie already. Just so
It's got a 2 out of 5, by the way. It's got a 2 out of 5.
It's a 2 out of 5 star. Jackson, you have to watch this, please.
Is that even possible?
A hot springs hunter who was able to sniff out the source of springs. One day, while searching for a hidden hot spring to revitalize a town, he slips off a cliff and dies. He's then reincarnated into another world by an Inari deity of a small shrine hidden in the rocks. Yashizu
Wait, so
is joined by...
he becomes the onsen?
No. What is an onsen?
It's a public hot spring.
Yeah, the thing we're talking about. He becomes Wait, what does he become?
No, he becomes reincarnated by a deity. He's then joined by Inari's messenger princess, Mayudama. The hot spring hunter within Yoshizu is stirred right away as he takes a bath with Mayudama in the hot spring he just discovered.
You have to watch
this. An elf girl appears.
You have to watch this, Jackson. You have to. Like, this is it. This is the one.
Wait, what does it say? Does it say that it's just 3 minutes an episode, though?
Oh, yeah. I'm using Molvat browser, but I don't know why it's not loading. But
oh, are these like online shorts then?
Yeah, they might just be porn scenes.
Oh, no. To see Prison School, the reason I'm laughing so hard is it's made by an actual full studio and team and everything. Like it's 22-minute episodes.
Okay. Oh, this is perfect, Jackson. The daily life of a middle-aged online shopper in another world. 0
That's
stars.
Jackson. That's
That
just
could be
Jackson
me.
in general.
Yeah, that could be me. Middle age, I'm 27. You guys are the fucking middle-aged people. Stupid bitches.
The story of a middle-aged man doing whatever he wants with the power of one-click online shopping. Kenichi, a single man in his 40s, is transported into another world for no apparent reason. As he tries to escape a dangerous forest teeming with monsters, he realizes he has the power to access to a huge online store. By using this power to exchange goods he found in his new world for cash, and then buying modern ones off the internet, he was able to quickly create a very popular business. Oh my god, they're spoiling a lot in this.
That's
Where's the
Japan
sex?
descriptions. Japan always spoils everything. They don't care.
Can you say this was sex?
Yeah,
I think this just might be isekai. We have to find one that's both the Ecchi and
no,
isekai.
it has the ecchi. It has the ecchi tag.
It does. Okay.
Okay, I'm interested to try it.
Okay.
And it's only 10 episodes, Jackson. You can binge this.
Maybe he uses his online shopping to buy like a copy of Prison School. That's the itchy. He just watches that.
I like this. Instead of growing his business even more, he decides to settle down and live off of the power of Jeff Bezos. The mail order life of a middle-aged man in another world begins now. I might watch this.
Is that
that
real?
real?
It sounds like a parody.
Oh, it's obvious. It's gonna be a parody. Yeah, it's all parody.
I guess it's all parody of itself at the end of the day. Yeah.
All right. Comments. Let me know what I should watch. I'll leave it up to them. Whoever's got the most likes.
Spam him.
All right. That's going to do it for this episode. We're heading over to patreon.com/theofficialpodcast and official.men to continue the fun and parties exclusively for members. Join us over there if you want to listen to more official content,
To the
bonus
other half.
episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right, guys. We'll see you next time.
See you there.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.